I didn't think I'd walk out of Brown's training camp talking about a rookie who just flipped the entire quarterback room on its head, but that's exactly what happened. And no, this isn't hype. It's not overreaction. This is one of those rare days in football where something real happens, something you feel before you can explain. 'Cause what I saw from Shedeur Sanders today, it wasn't just a good day. It was a statement, a takeover, a shift. And if you weren't paying attention, now's the time to catch up, because this story is just getting started. Let me take y'all back to something that just went down at Brown's training camp. And no, this wasn't just another rookie getting a few routine reps. This felt different, bigger. It wasn't a moment. It was a momentum shift, a real one. You could feel it in your gut. Something changed in Cleveland, and right at the center of it all, Shedeur Sanders. Now, from the second he entered the league, they tried to put him in a box. Just another fifth-round project. College hype, big name, little threat. I'm tired storylines. You've heard M, I've heard M. And for a while, it looked like the Browns were doing everything they could to keep that narrative alive. Burying him behind Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, even Kenny Pickett. Giving him leftover reps on the scout team and calling it a competition. Like we couldn't see through that dot. But then came day 6, and y'all? Everything changed. Shedeur stepped onto that field like he had something to prove, and left it like he owned the place. 9 throws, 9 completions, 2 touchdowns, 0 mistakes. Let that sink in. While other quarterbacks were still trying. To warm up, Shedeur was out there orchestrating drives like he'd been doing it in a Browns jersey for years. It wasn't just clean, it was electric. It was surgical. You could see it in the way he moved, feel it in the way the crowd shifted. Every camera lens turned, every veteran's eyes locked in. It was like the entire camp suddenly realized, hold up, this kid's not here to learn, he's here to take over. Honestly, it wasn't just the stats that told the story, it was the way he played. The control in the pocket, it's the calm under pressure, the way he manipulated defenders with his eyes, his feet, his rhythm. He had this effortless chemistry with rookie receiver Gage Larvadain like they'd been working together for seasons, not a couple of days. Every throw had a purpose, a tempo, a confidence you can't fake. You could tell this wasn't a kid trying to survive. This was a quarterback making a statement. I'm here. You're not going to ignore me anymore. For everyone in the league who thought they had time to sleep on Shedeur Sanders, it's that time just ran out. Because when a rookie quarterback earns the silent nod of respect from Myles Garrett without saying a single word, that's not noise. It's a power shift. See, this isn't just about what happened today. It's about everything they tried to prevent from happening. From the moment Shedeur got drafted in the 5th round, I knew they still hadn't learned their lesson. They overlooked what he did at Jackson State, dismissed what he accomplished at Colorado, and when he walked into Cleveland, they acted like he was lucky to be there. It's like he was a marketing story, not a real one. Meanwhile, Flacco got the spotlight. Gabriel got the buzz, Pickett got the momentum, and Shedeur. He was throwing 2 equipment guys. Not even exaggerating, literal hoodie-wearing clipboard carriers. While other QBS were working with legit receivers, Shedeur was tossing to the thanks for volunteering squad. And somehow, the media twisted that into a knock on his talent. Nah, that wasn't about ability. That was about control. That was about making sure he didn't get a fair shot. But Shedeur didn't flinch. No tweets, no sadai, no drama, just grind. It's quiet, steady, relentless. While others were soaking up padded reps and press conference love, he was in the film room fine-tuning mechanics, staying ready, waiting for that one opening dot, and when it came, when Kenny Pickett got sidelined and Shedeur finally got a real look, he didn't hesitate. He didn't play it safe. Okay, he made the field his dot. Now let me talk about the play, the one that changed the whole tone of practice. Shedeur drops back, pressure's coming hot off the edge, defender flying in from the blind side. And what does he do? Stays locked in, calm, unshaken. Then boom, he uncorks a laser into the outstretched hands of Gage Larvadain, defender glued to him. The window, it didn't even exist, but the throw. On the money, touch, velocity, timing, all of it. That was a throw only a franchise quarterback makes. And just like that, silence. The field froze. Reporters glanced at each other. Coaches raised their eyebrows. You could see it on their faces. Did we just see what we think we saw? Because throws like that don't come from clipboard QBS. They don't come from rookies buried on the depth chart. That was different. That was special. And here's the part that really stayed with me. The moment that sealed it, practice ends. Guys start laughing, hydrating, hitting the showers, but not Shedeur. He stays behind. No cameras. It's no coaches telling him to do extra. Just him and rookie center Brady Lam, grinding through snap exchanges, working on timing, fixing the little things. Quiet work, no hype, no noise, and watching from the sideline. Myles Garrett, just standing there watching. No words, just a slow, respectful nod. That's how you earn a locker room. That's how you cut through the noise. You don't do it by tweeting or flexing or begging for reps. You do it by showing up when no one's watching. You outwork the narrative. You lead with discipline, not ego. Day 6 wasn't just another training camp session, it was the day everything shifted. The day Shedeur Sanders stepped out of the shadows and into the spotlight on his own terms. And if today was just a preview, Cleveland, y'all better get ready, because this is only the beginning. Let me tell you something, that kind of moment doesn't just happen by accident. When I watched Myles Garrett stay after practice to work with Shedeur Sanders, respect, that was quiet endorsement. Because you don't get that kind of gesture from one of the league's most feared defenders unless he sees something in you. And Shedeur, I saw this tweet that stopped me cold. It said, "You've got your all-pro franchise defender staying late to work with Shedeur." That says everything. And yeah, it really does. Because this wasn't about a helpful moment between teammates. It was a silent cosign. A message that said, without saying a word, watch this kid. His willingness to spend time said it all. That was leadership recognizing potential. That was a future Hall of Famer putting his name on Shedeur's grind. And just pause on that for a second. Because with Kenny Pickett sidelined and uncertainty swirling around that quarterback room like a cold front off Lake Erie, the opportunity in front of Shedeur Sanders just got real fast. That's how the NFL works. Bad drive, and suddenly the whole depth chart is flipped on its head, and standing in the center of all that chaos is Shedeur.com, steady, focused. He's not trying to steal the spotlight. But somehow, it's already found him. Let's be real, Flacco's a placeholder, Gabriel. You don't know what you're getting. Well, the questions aren't going away, but Shedeur. The pads came on, the pressure cranked up, and he responded like a 10-year vet. I watched it with my own eyes. He was the sharpest passer, out there, accurate, composed, decisive, no panic, no overthinking. He didn't just show up, he owned that moment. And now the conversations behind closed doors are getting uncomfortable. Not for Shedeur, but for the coaching staff. Every single first-team rep he doesn't get now feels like a bigger question. Teammates notice, fans notice, the media, some of them are still dancing around it. To happen this soon, the original plan? Let the kid develop, sit, watch, learn. But Shedeur Sanders tossed that script in the trash. With every dropback, with every tight window throw, he's forcing his name into the room. Think if his name was John Matthews out of Michigan or Brian Taylor from Alabama. He wouldn't even be in a battle right now. He'd already be the guy. But Shedeur isn't from their system. Product of and that means the NFL machine expects him to stay in line, play the background, but he's not doing that. Because this isn't about ego. This is about excellence. He's just executing at a high level, and the message he's sending, it's loud enough to shake the walls. Still, analysts want to talk about Flacco's experience, but no one wants to say what's plain as day. Shedeur Sanders is outplaying everyone, period. No disclaimers. No, yeah, but just facts. Most effective quarterback in Browns camp still taking second-team snaps. Why are we acting like his rise is some surprise instead of the natural result of what he's putting on tape? The answer's uncomfortable, because this league wasn't built for players like Shedeur to thrive. He's not climbing the ladder. Like he's dismantling it one perfect pass at a time. And if the Browns don't see it soon, they're going to fumble the future before it even begins. We've seen this movie before. A Sanders walks into a program full of skepticism and walks out with respect, wins, and receipts. Jackson State. He did it at Colorado. And now, he's doing it again right here in Cleveland. They tried to shelf him. Fifth-rounder project, backup duty, but Shedeur didn't complain. He didn't pout. He stayed late. Studied. He put in the work. And when Myles Garrett, the baddest man on that field, stuck around to put in reps with him, that wasn't just a moment. That was a message. A declaration. Shedeur didn't wait for opportunity. This is a rookie quarterback already operating like a franchise guy. He's not waiting for the spotlight. He's pulling it toward him. And whether the league likes it or not, Shedeur Sanders is coming. So when the doubters say he's not ready, just point them to what happened on day 6. Because this kid didn't come to ride the bench. He came to take over. Thanks for watching. If you're feeling this story, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and drop your take in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.